Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but has been living in Denver for the past 10 years, has never fought here. Tracy Cortez, just a girl with a dream from Maryville in the inner city of Phoenix, Arizona. She's made it to the UFC. She's put together an 11-fight win streak, including 5 octagon appearances. Her main event is at hand. Tracy Cortez in the black, Rose Namajunas is in blue.
I think we're going to see a lot of calf kicks out of Rose because of the set stance of Cortez. And there's a calf kick right there. And that'll set up her jab and the rest of her kicks. Kick out of Cortez, we're going to see pressure. She wants to head off Rose. Don't follow her, don't chase.
Do you guys think it's as simple as Rose wants to keep it on the feet kickboxing, Tracy Cortez wants to wrestle?
I mean, I don't think anything's ever that easy, but I think that at the beginning, that's the thought until they start adjusting, yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure Tracy has to try to close distance.
Fast 1-2 lands on Cortez there.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the speed advantage for Namajunas.
Straight punches are going to be the key for Rose as well. Right down the middle, just like we saw earlier in the night. Straight punches.
Namajunas was preparing for Macy Barber, 4th ranked, also from Colorado, and in the building tonight. Barber got injured, unable to compete tonight. Cortez was called 3.5 weeks ago. She thought her manager was pranking her. Immediately came to Colorado Springs to prepare for the elevation challenge she deals with tonight.
I think a big key for Cortez is going to be to get to that over-under clinch so that she can use it to get a hold of Rose and just nullify her rhythm and her timing.
Oh, stiff jab.
Rose has had some sting to those punches.
Slips her down with a jab.
Stiff jab knocks down Cortez.
It wasn't just one jab either. I mean, she kept landing that over and over, and you're seeing Tracy Cortez, her head is staying right on the center line, and the straight lightning punches of Namajunas are getting through.
Much of this crowd has risen to their feet once again.
I almost think Rose should have just said, come on back up.
Right.
There she goes.
She does here now. Not even halfway through round 1. Big early moments for Namajunas.
Just solid straight punches. She's not loading up on any of these. Another right hand. Now Tracy's going to have to rush into close distance, which could make her vulnerable for more of these straight shots from Rose.
Paints the takedown, does Cortez.
And that's what Tracy's got to do. She's got to fake it, come back up punches, and then go back in for a shot.
Oh man, another straight right.
And she's answering back.
It's the jab that's getting Rose ahead, and that was the key. She said, get that jab going, everything will land after. And we've said that all night. Those are the basics. But Tracy keeps her head right on that center line. She doesn't move it a lot, and you can see it when she throws her offense.
And for a strawweight moving up, Namajunas gave Manon Fiore everything she could handle in her first appearance back at 125 last September.
She's probably one of the stronger strikers in the entire division.
And Namajunas showing to have the power to be able to compete at 125 tonight.
The movement.
Oh, what a nice combination from Rose from in close.
Footwork and the feints of Rose are being hard right now for Tracy to find her, making it hard for Tracy to find her.
Oh, nice right hand from Cortez. Final minute of round 1. Cortez weathered the early storm, has avoided any major damage since the knockdown. Namajunas outstriking Cortez through the first 5 minutes. We'll keep it here. No commercial breaks for as long as the main event lasts.
Here, grab the water. Here. Nice deep breath.
Okay.
Nice deep breath.
Okay. There's no cut.
Hey, now listen to me. Listen. You're standing right in her range. Touch and move away, or feint and move away, but just creep away to draw out that shot, okay? You're shooting from too far away, so if you're gonna shoot on her offensively, you gotta march her down. Touch, exit low, and then shoot under.
All right, let's take a look here. Here's a big right hand from Rose Namajunas, and let's take a look at the knockdown a couple different times. Starts it with that left hook, straight right. It was the left hook that sat her down. Let's see it again. Right on the jaw, sits Cortez down, right hand barely even lands.
Knocked an eyelash off.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she had to chop some of her hair to make weight yesterday. Cortez was a half pound over. Took a chunk of the hair off. You wouldn't know it by how they style it on fight night. And ironically, Namajunas has like done that already.
Been there.
Second round and a C-pill decline for Cortez.
Good pressure from Cortez in the second round. It's a good adjustment, but you can't chase. She's got to stand her ground, move her head, and keep that pressure just like this. See how she let Rose out of the pocket? That's what's hard, because Rose has such good footwork. It's going to be hard to head her off, to land the strikes and also land that takedown.
You heard Santino DeFranco, the head coach of Cortez. They want shots to come in close after combinations, especially against a fighter like Rose.
They want her, Santino wants Tracy to pressure Rose, but the problem is Rose has such good footwork, she can feint laterally, both right and left, and she switches stance, so it's hard to head somebody like that off.
And she's great at countering. So you rush in, make a mistake, end up on the floor.
That was good right there, though. I mean, she did it there. It's just doing it over and over and over is tough with Rose.
Into round two. They're evenly matched so far in this round as Rose lands some lefts and circles away.
Yeah, Rose hasn't been able to really find that clean shot since that knockdown. Chipping away, some leg kicks, a couple of jabs, but that was a clean left hand in the first round.
So does Cortez to answer. Distance head strikes in favor of Namajunas.
I think adding kicks to the boxing of Cortez would nice timing on that.
Big moment for Cortez. Namajunas right back to her feet, but dealing with Cortez on the back.
She's going to be a little bit high if she's not careful. Right now she's a little high, so she's going to want to switch position. Yep, she had to, and kind of give up that front headlock position, and now Rose can get back to her feet again.
Thinking about a guillotine.
She won't pull, she won't jump for it because Rose knows to jump to the side, but it's right now defense to go for that.
Nice work from Rose to get her head out of there. But good work from Cortez to get some things going for her.
Yeah, that was a good read by Cortez, and those are the things she's going to want to mix into the game. That, and I think adding kicks to the end of her punches can help her because Rose is moving out so quickly. You've got to just connect with kicks to close that distance. Nice right hand by Rose there.
Coming up next, don't miss a recap of all the action on the UFC Fight Night post show on ESPN+. Our panel of experts break it all down. Plus, Megan O'Reilly interviews the big winners from tonight's card. Karen Bryant leads the crew on ESPN+ after the main event.
Tracy looks much better in this second round than the first. She's made some really good adjustments. Her head's moving better. She's not getting caught as much. But still very hard to get a hold of Rose for her. She, like, the footwork is causing a lot of problems, and very good head movement from Rose as well.
She just doesn't stay in that same spot for a second. She's always moving, even not too much, not bouncing up and down a lot, but she's always just adjusting her feet, cutting angles, throwing some feints.
Touch and go! Touch and go!
Rose moving forward. 20 to go, round 2. Namajunas with her first takedown.
She loves that takedown.
She hits that on almost everybody she fights. It's great timing on it is the key to that takedown for Rose.
And that's where they end the second round. Third round upcoming.
Hesitating, you're like waiting in no man's land, right? Every time you fire, she's firing back, right? You hear me?
Tracy, you're letting it slip away. We need to touch and we need to fucking shoot. Every time you touch, she's swinging. Hey, and if we can't shoot, we gotta find our way in the clinch. We're not gonna win on the boxing range.
She's gonna get third round. She's gonna get more anxious.
She's about to come a little harder right now.
Hey, the left hook is all you gotta worry about when you're in the clinch too, right? She's trying to win off that left hook. Keep them hands up on the left hook, and you don't have to do
You go break her this thing around. You go break her. She's melting down. She's gonna be desperate for 1 minute. You stay sharp.
You stay sharp. Patience. Take your time with you. The fucking.
Next Saturday, strawweights battle at the Apex, coming off a fight of the night performance victory over Mackenzie Dern. Former title challenger Amanda Lemos looks to continue her climb back to the top against a Brazilian with 13 career submission wins, Virna Jandiroba. Main card comes your way on ESPN next Saturday night at 8 Eastern. Round 3 underway. Cortez urgent to start the third.
Yeah, I love the cornering that they said. They said touch her, and then after you touch, shoot. Because they know that Rose is countering back. Ooh. Oh.
The volume has been turned up. Namajunas stifling that with a takedown of her own.
Smart move there from Rose. Tracy coming out extremely aggressive here in the third. Let's slow that down. That's exactly what Rose is thinking here. Now going to full mount.
Very experienced decision there.
And you heard Rose's corner, her fiance and lead coach, Pat Barry, said she's going to come out hot here in the third, and she did. Rose was ready for it. The hands are locked. Early in the night, we saw a lot of arm triangle attempts. See if Rose tries to swing out to the side, although the fence a little bit in the way. And now
She's in a great position to ground and pound here,
Right.
because Tracy is up against that fence, and her feet are facing the center of the octagon, so she can't kick off. She's got to turn. Try to hip escape, push on that knee, and get her knee back through, which could open up great opportunities for Rose as well. They are right in front of us.
Solid mount position for Rose here. She's keeping the underhook so that...
There's a good job there from Cortez to be able to find that.
guillotine attempt.
Good defense.
Now moves to the back. Position over submission for Namajunas with over 3 to go. Cortez able to battle back to her feet.
Looking for her own inside trip.
It's a good try, but she had double overhooks, so it's a little bit harder to hit it with double overhooks than an over-under. Now you're going to see Rose slide right back up to mount. And if Cortez gives her back, she's throwing that body triangle. You see that left heel is on the hip of Cortez to set up the body triangle if she decides to roll to her belly. Good position here by Rose. She's got that hand control.
halfway! Halfway, Trace!
Straight to mount. With your head up against the fence like this for Cortez, it's hard to get the position you need to shrimp. Shrimping is like turning to your side and getting your elbows involved to get those knees off of your hips from Rose. It's just a weird position up against the fence here. But Cortez can use the fence with her feet to create momentum as well, like that.
Trying to.
Yeah. So that helps. And that's what she's gonna do.
Rose just read it. On her back. Little high. Trying to make adjustments. Beautiful job.
Now Cortez is in a precarious position.
The key is that hand control. Look at the hand control of Rose here. That bottom hand that she's got. That's really tricky. Tracy's gonna have to take that, get that hand back if she's gonna get out of this position. She needs that left hand. One of the things they tell you in wrestling always growing up is you gotta have hand control before you try to stand up. And right now, Rose is winning the position.
And Rose's 3 takedowns in this fight, the most in a UFC appearance since she landed 8 on Paige Van Zandt. That was all the way back in 2015. So it wasn't as simple as what I said at the start of the fight, because Rose has landed more takedowns than Cortez. She's done the more grappling.
Well, that's what happens, Fitzy, when you get the respect on your feet, you get somebody guessing about what punches are coming, it opens up the takedowns because you're too flooded with too many other things to worry about the grappling, and that's what Rose does so well. She mixes up so many different looks. She's hard to hit. She's got great footwork, switching stance. She's tricky. And I think also the fact that Rose doesn't load her punches. She's not trying to hit hard. It's really serving her. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But in this fight particularly, it's really serving her because she doesn't telegraph. And she's okay with just landing and not landing heavy, which is harder to read her punches that way. Nice teep kick.
10 to go in round 3. And one would think at this point in the fight, Tracy Cortez likely needs a finish in rounds 4 or 5 to emerge victorious.
Let's take a look at some of these takedowns. She gets behind that lead leg of Cortez off that double. Now in wrestling, that's not number 1, but here you can use it. Look at the double overhooks from Tracy trying that inside trip. And you know, it's tough to hit that trip when your opponent has double underhooks on you. And this teep kick to the chest, chin. Awesome fight so far.
Tracy, we got to stay low so she can't shoot under us. You had the right idea by pressing her, but we got to grab her and you got to get underhooks. That's why that trip didn't work. Okay? Let's go.
We just showed her that she has best. It don't work. It don't work. You just go out there and
She's going to throw a 5 or 6 punch combination right in the beginning. You stay the same thing. Discipline like a motherfucker. And then when you're ready, you go.
Coming up next on ESPN Plus, don't miss a recap of all the action. It's the UFC Fight Night post-show from here in Denver. Kamaru Usman, Anthony Smith, Dean Thomas are upstairs with Karen Bryant. They'll break down all the action. Megan O'Leary has interviews with the big winners. That's over on ESPN Plus. Coming up next. Third round, heard the warning again from Pat Barry, alongside the former champ Dominic Cruz and Paul Felder. Brendan Fitzgerald with you, Dean Thomas and Megan O'Leary, part of our crew tonight as well. We have had a blast all week in Denver, Colorado. 2 more rounds possible. Oh, kick got up top for Cortez and created a frantic exchange, and now Namajunas trying to employ some grappling again.
Look at the head position of Rose here, how she's always turning the chin of Tracy. It's underrated how she's using that position right there with her head. It's like a third arm when you do that.
Cortez throwing some good knees there, being aggressive.
Head strikes in spades, and also double-digit leg kicks landed. Cortez has just been stifled by the movement of Namajunas for as long as the fight's lasted so far.
She doesn't look at all gas though, and that's really impressive coming out here in just 1 week. She's really prepared for this. You could tell she's been ready for the altitude because she doesn't look even remotely gassed. She's just having a tough strategic battle with Rose.
Well, I mean, it is a major step up in competition. You know, you go from thinking you're fighting next week against somebody, and then suddenly you're in a main event against Namajunas.
Cortez was scheduled to fight Miranda Maverick, coincidentally who trains here in Denver.
Well, that's what's so special. You get a title shot, you don't say no. And that's what Tracy did. She said, title shot, yes, absolutely, let's go. Yes, that's what you gotta do, it's awesome. Nice takedown again. Same takedown she's been landing. Straight to the back.
Right on the back. Doesn't get it, doesn't get both hooks in.
Tracy staying very safe, keeping a look at the hand control. Now she can stand up. Basics 101 right there. Get the hand control and you got yourself a chance. That's what Tracy did well right there to give herself, keep herself from getting her back taken. Was that good decision?
4 for 4 on takedowns tonight for Namajunas. Still controlling along the fence.
At the end of the day, this experience for Tracy is just gonna really, I think, really hype her through the division no matter what happens. Once you face the champion, once you face somebody at that level, you keep that in your head and you compare it to everybody else you fight after that. Tracy's gonna have this in her brain from here on out. Rose just okay with just touching to set up the big shot. That's what's helping her a lot. She's okay with just touching. She doesn't need to load everything. She doesn't need to land the perfect shot. She just stays busy, and then when the big shot comes, she waits for it and throws it.
Tracy's throwing some good punches. They're just coming up short. She's just out of range, and that's what Rose is keeping her at. Right at the edge of her punches, but out of range of Tracy's.
And the Cortez corner saying between rounds, we're not going to win this fight at boxing range. It's where they spend most of the fight, on the feet.
Rose really hasn't landed that left hook since
round one, right?
Nice double, same takedown we saw out of Rose. Tracy takes a page out of Rose's book on that one. Nice double. See if she can get the back here. Good defense. Rose with the whizzer, hand control on the opposite side. Now you'll see her turn out on that underhook side, the left arm. She want to jack that up and get out of the pocket here.
4 rounds in the books. A finish will be needed for Tracy Cortez. Rose Namajunas looking on point for all 20 minutes so far.
Listen, Tracy, she is tired. She's exhausted. I need you to put your hands on her if you want that takedown. She's not.
You need to listen. We got to take her down and choke her out, or we got to knock her out. You got to figure out what you're going to do. You're going to take her down and choke her out, or you're going to fucking knock her. If you're going to knock her out, you got to look for the uppercut as she's ducking her head. She's going to try to take you down and steal.
Keep your dribbling working. Everything you've done has come off that dribble. There's too much smoke and mirrors before what you do with that dribble. Okay, we got 5 more minutes of that, Rose. 5 more.
Chico.
Let's go get it.
This is shadow boxing for 5 minutes. You keep the dribble going. You keep the dribble going. You the motherfucker in here.
Let's go.
5th and final rounds in the UFC's return to Denver for the first time since we celebrated 25 years back in November of 2018. Who could forget Yair Rodriguez's up elbow on the Korean Zombie and Donald Cowboy Cerrone's record-setting win over Mike Perry. Does Tracy Cortez add to the lore of Denver? You heard the corner saying you got to knock her out or choke her out. Or will the local product, Rose Namajunas, make good and continue her march toward potential 2 division champion status. Punches are heavy early in the round. Cortez looking for the big one.
That's what she has to do. She has to just march forward. She has to not even worry about what's coming back at this point. And just try to land big punches.
Cortez completely in this fight. She's doing everything she needs to in this round to get the finish or get the choke. You can see she's listening to her coaches. She's trying. It's just hard to get a hold of Rose. Good underhooks. Nice pummel there by Rose to change the position. You can hear the corner of Rose say, keep the dribble going. They're saying, keep those light punches going. Think about basketball. When you dribble the ball before you shoot. You don't just take the shot. So they're telling her, keep the punches going, keep the light shots going, and then the big shot will land as you keep doing that. That's what all those little fakes are, those little touches that you're seeing out of Rose. It's the dribble.
You'd be like John Silva earlier. Actually act like you're dribbling your basketball.
Oh, Sean O'Malley call back there.
It's part of why they do it.
Yeah.
Fakes you out when those hands are moving that way. You don't know where the hands are coming from. Saw Anderson Silva used to do that too. He would feint all the karate movements before he land a big shot. Ooh, nice right hand. You see Cortez really sitting down harder on those shots.
Trying to swing some sort of momentum to find the finishing touch. But against a fighter with the experience and fight IQ of Namajunas, that is a tall order as we hit the halfway point of round 5.
Tracy's done a great job, saving this main event because it allowed Rose to have a fight. She put on an awesome fight for us to watch.
Namajunas with a 5th takedown.
Better job here from Tracy. She immediately pushed on the head of Namajunas and got some separation. Was able to use that to work back up immediately.
They want that uppercut from Tracy. We'll see if she throws it. See, she's looking for it, but can't quite find the uppercut. Yeah, she's begging Rose to stay still. She's like, no. You gotta find me.
But Rose not the point at the center type.
No. I mean, she'll let you point, but she's not gonna fall for it.
Doesn't mean either she can't deliver a big highlight to put an exclamation point on the night. She's done that in her career several times. Usually comes early. Cortez swinging some big shots with a right. 60 seconds left.
Last minute of the fight.
Five-round experience gained for Cortez, fighting into the top 10 of the rankings. Main event spotlight. She'll be able to take a lot from this. She's got 40 to make it a win.
There's that uppercut they were calling for. Ooh, nice hook. Nice hook from Rose to return.
And with 20 to go, who's got the big shot? Cortez throwing in punches.
She's going for it. This is not the way here. She's got to separate and just throw big punches.
It'll end along the fence. Shout out to this crowd. Stayed engaged all night long. What highlights they had to cheer for. UFC 1, Denver, Colorado, November 1993. It's always great to come back.